Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing like this negative space heart nails. So first I'm cutting down these really long tips, and I'm just making sure they're all just about the same length. And the way that you like measure this is basically by lining up all your cuticles, and once they're all lined up they should be just about the same length. So you want to make sure that you're cutting down little by little, because there's nothing more that I hate than having to start over by like cutting the whole tip down because I cut it too short. Anyways, these are what the tips look like. I'm going to be using the Makartt purple kit, and I think this is the lightest color. Anyways, I'm taking the hand file from the kit, and I think it's 180/100, and I'm just shaping it in that tapered square type of shape. And as you can see, I'm going 90-degree angles. You know, I'm not trying to go under the nail when I'm shaping up the sides, because that will round it out. And when you do tapered square, you really want that really crisp shape. Once I'm done shaping, I'm just wiping off all the dust using my little kabuki brush, and I'm taking my Makartt base coat, and I'm just putting it on the natural nail. Back in the day, I used to put it on the natural nail and the nail tip, but I don't think that's quite necessary anymore. But comment down below if you think that makes any type of difference. Also, my sister was pointing out to me how like a bunch of people on Instagram and YouTube have been doing some sick cuticle work, so I wanted to try it for myself. So I basically pushed back my cuticles, cut my cuticles with this cuticle nipper, and I used this like round bit also around my cuticles. So I don't know if you guys can notice. Anyways, I'm curing. Comment down below if you notice though. I really want to know. So I'm just doing the 2-bead method, so I'm using my purple polygel around the tip, and then after that we're going to cure, and then we're going to go around the cuticle area. So now I'm taking this cuticle bead and I'm just starting to do the apex, making sure it's super flush around the cuticle and blending it in. But using the Makartt polygel, it's kind of harder to do this type of method. So for the rest of the fingers, I'm just going to try to do one bead. So right now I'm just finna cure, and yeah. So now I've just skipped the index finger and we're going straight to the middle finger for now. So I'm just gonna apply the polygel kind of in that shape of the heart. So we're making like a half heart on this finger, and then the other half is gonna be on the ring finger. So I didn't want to put it all over the nail just because it's gonna be harder to clean up if I put it all over. So I'm first starting to work around the cuticle area, making sure it's flush first, and then just kind of like working it into the sides and the edges and stuff. So I'm just making sure the heart shape is like how I want it, and because I was so focused on like the heart shape, I kind of let a lot of polygel get on my skin, which is something I usually wouldn't do. So yeah, just be careful about that. So I already cured the middle finger, so now we're going to start with the ring finger. And this is like the hardest part because you're trying to make it like correspond with what you shaped on the middle finger. So I'm essentially just doing the same thing, making sure it's flush around the cuticle and shaping that heart, but this time I'm trying to make it look just like the other half of the middle finger. But this gets really hard because I'm trying to like put the fingers side by side just so I can get like a good reference. But when I do it, like my middle finger touches my ring finger and like messes up the polygel there. So that's a problem. So honestly, I'm trying to get them as close as possible, but not exactly have them touching, which is super hard. Okay, so that's all set. I'm going to start working on the index and pinky finger. I'm just going to do one bead because I wanted to save time and also because I don't like putting my hand in the light all that much. I begin to As you can see, I'm going back in with more polygel just because the apex was really lacking. So I really thought I could do one bead, but I guess I couldn't. So yeah, we're going back in with some more just to build up that strength, and then we're going to cure it. Now I'm using a wipe and my slip solution just to remove that tacky layer before I start filing. Now I'm just using my hand file and just hitting the parts where I can hit with my hand file, because obviously like the curved part I cannot get to. So now I'm just using my Ulani drill and a sanding band and just trying to get those corners really nice and crisp. And also you have to be careful because, as you can see, towards the top of the heart, basically my nail plate is exposed, and you know, you don't want to drill your natural nail. So just be very, very careful with that. And also, you don't have to make this super perfect, just because once you're all done, you can add like rhinestones around the edges just to like conceal whatever imperfections there are. But I chose not to do that, so I'm going in for longer with the drill. And I'm just trying to see if they match up and stuff. So after I wiped off, I'm taking my iridescent glitters. I'm taking the butterflies. I love these so much. But I'm essentially just taking the base coat and adding it into the empty space and then pressing the little butterflies into the wet gel. And then when I'm done, I just cure it, and then after that we can encapsulate it with the clear polygel. So I've encapsulated and cured all the nails. Now I'm going back in with my alcohol and just, removing that tacky layer again before we start filing. If you don't do this step, you will definitely clog up your file super duper fast. I did this one time with my e-file, and I literally had to soak off my drill bit with acetone because it was that bad. So now I'm taking my hand file and just crisping up the edges. Now I am smoothing out the surface using the hand file. When I'm doing acrylics, I do not even use the hand file as much. I just shape it and then I go straight in with my e-file. But with Polygel, I like to try to smooth it as much as I can with my hand file, just because I feel like I have more control and I can really get in those little nooks and crannies. But then afterwards, I'm going to go in with my e-file and just go around the cuticle to make sure it's super flush and nothing's on the skin and there's no lifting. I'm getting rid of all the dust, and I'm all done. I love this shape. It's like my favorite. Yeah, I can go for a tapered square any day. So now, because I want to add some rhinestones, I'm adding some polygel, just the tiniest bit. As you can see, I'm getting my slip solution and just smoothing that out towards the cuticle. Previously, I used to use Me Secret Gel Resin, but that dries way too fast, and I like to take my time when I'm like applying my rhinestones so they look good and perfect and stuff. So then I switched over to top coat alone, but that was way too liquidy. So like the rhinestones would like slip all over the place, and like they would cure crooked and stuff like that, even though I placed them correctly, but they would like slip around when I wasn't looking. So I found this healthy medium, which I love, using polygel as like a gel, as a bling adhesive. So yeah, I'm just doing some normal cuticle stones. I'm just using like a bigger bead for the middle, and then smaller beads towards the sides, and then we're gonna cure. And before you cure, you want to make sure to wipe off all the excess polygel around the edges, and just because you know you're not going to go back and file again, so you want to make sure they're super flat. I'm just going to repeat that process for the pinky finger, but I realized that the middle bead was not big enough to really make a contrast, so I'm just going for a bigger bead for the middle one, and then smaller beads to the sides. So same principle, but I just got like a bigger bead. I don't know if that makes sense. So now we're applying our top coat, and I absolutely adore this color. It's super cute. And obviously top coating the underside of the clear nails just so it's crystal clear. And then we can cure. Now I'm applying my Blossom Strawberry Cuticle Oil to the cuticles. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye.